Hey YouTube, Shubin Shinobi here with a review of the Rider Hero Series Wizard 01 through 04. Wizard in his Flame style, Water style, Hurricane style, and Land style. So, these are the vinyl figures that are released every year with Rider and Sentai. I don't usually pick up the Rider ones, but I'm such a huge fan of Wizard's design that I went ahead and picked them up. So, here we are. Flame style came out at the beginning of September with the Wizard driver. Whereas Water, Hurricane, and Land, Hurricane, I keep saying Hurricane because of Hurricane Driven, all came out at the end of September, around the time the Wizard Sword Gun came out. So, they're all available now. The Flame Dragon is going to be released pretty soon this month, sometime toward the end of October. So, be on the lookout for that, but the other dragon forms coming sporadically over the upcoming months. So let's go ahead and take a look at these one by one and see what they got in store. So here is the Flame style vinyl figure. These are made out of a PVC plastic. They don't really move all that much. Only contain swivels at the arms, right here, and at the waist, right here. That is the extent of their movement. He comes with absolutely no weapons whatsoever, and is simply just a figure. These are actually kind of nice to pick up. They only cost about $6 or so bucks. They're about 500 and something yen on AmiAmi. They retail about 800 yen, which is about 10 bucks. So they range anywhere from that. It's an affordable line to collect. You don't get the posability of the WAP series, which is the affordable figure line for Wizard, or the SH Figure Arts line, or Real Action Heroes, or anything like that. You don't get the posability or the detail, but you do get a figure that you can display to represent the rider for your collection. You can stand him with the DX Wizard driver to make a nice display piece. Anything like that. Plus, it's a nice little way to get kids into Tokusatsu if you got a little one at home and you don't want to give them a highly posable figure or anything that has pieces that they might choke on or anything like that. This is a simple vinyl figure with absolutely nothing that they can really choke on. He does come apart at the joints, but it's really easy to just kind of push them back in and everything. So it's a nice figure to give to kids that you don't have to worry about them endangering themselves or anything crazy like that. And it's a simple, fun little toy. Detail-wise, it's hit and miss. You've got a lot of the sculpted in detail. You got the chain back here that holds the wizard rings, and the wizard driver right here, along with his emblems that are on both his helmet and the shoulder pads. So you've got all that. You've got Flame-style circular red visor with whatever you want to classify his vest as. So you've got all that going for it, and detail-wise, everything's there in a nice sculpted fashion. Just a lot of it isn't painted. Like you can see with the wizard driver, the gold trim isn't painted. There's a couple other sections of the wizard driver that have black on them that aren't painted. There's no rings in the ring holder. They're all just silver blobs. So things like that, you don't get that much detail. If you're a fan of the vinyls but want more detail, Premium Bandai does on occasion release premium sets that include a lot of paint for still a fairly affordable price, not much more than 20 bucks for a set of usually about 2. So that's not really all that bad if you are looking for something with more paint. But as it stands, these are the ones that you can pick up at retail, and they're not that bad at all. I love the sculpts on these. I think they are fairly accurate. It's just a matter of whether you can get past the paint. If you really want to, you can even paint these yourself. So I think it's about time we move along from Flame style onto the Water style. So here's Water style, and he is all sorts of awesome. As you can see, he's got the nice diamond shape to his sapphire helmet. Flame style was the ruby. And that carries on through his vest. You've got some diamond shapes here, which look really cool. Other than those differences, the head and the vest, everything else is the exact same, barring the blue wrist pads, ankle pads, and the coat back here. being blue. Everything else is the same exact mold with the same exact paint and sculpt. So the wizard driver and the ring holder and stuff are all the same. The shoulder pads, the side of the helmet, back here from behind. Everything else is exactly the same. Now, a couple of these things have a little issues, and we'll take a look at that once we get to Land Style, since he's got a little bit of a problem with them. With the fact that these are a soft PVC plastic, they can be prone to warping. If you store them in a place and they pile on top of each other, it could warp their feet a little bit. I do get some directly from like AmiAmi or CS Toys that have a little bit of a standing issue. Like I said, we'll check that out when we get to Land Style. So let's move along to the Hurricane Style. Now, Hurricane Style stands pretty well. As you can see here, he is triangular shape with the emerald, which is kind of cool. And again, it carries on through the vest with the triangles all right here, making a nice little pattern. And same with the other two styles. The only difference besides these two hunks right here are the green everywhere else. There is, I forgot to point this out with the other styles, there is a green ring here. However, the silver isn't painted over here, or orange, depending on what way you want to look at it. It's just black. It's molded in there. You can see the little outline right there on his middle finger. However, it's just not painted. At least it's sculpted there. But with the styles over here, you do have a painted wizard ring. It's so little, it's hard to determine what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's all just kind of a generic round shape with mass molded in there, just because it would be too difficult to produce a new arm for every single figure. So, pretty cool overall. I love the green that they used. It's sharp, it's deep, and it overall looks incredibly impressive. So on to Rando Freeze. So there is a bit of a problem with Land Style. A lot of it looked to somewhat fix itself. Oh, nope. I'm going to turn the turntable off for this one just because no way he's going to stand on this thing while it's moving. As you can see here, if we stabilize him on his right foot, we have a little bit of an issue down here with it standing straight. See, that's not straight at all. It kind of looks like he's trying to tap his foot, which is just all sorts of wrong. But and if you try to stabilize it on this leg, then his heel back here is not sitting on the ground whatsoever. So like I said, that is a little bit of a problem with the vinyl figures. If they do tend to warp if you keep them in certain positions in storage, plus they can warp right out of the box or in the shipping box or anything like that. I've picked up a lot of Sentai Heroes that have the same foot problem. It's just when they're packed, if one of the foots gets squished a little bit like this, it will hold like that if it gets stuck in that position for a long enough time. And usually long enough time is simply the transportation time between Bandai and the store. So you get that problem with the figures. To fix it, the simplest way is to just boil a pot of water, dunk him in it, or at least his feet portion, to warm up the plastic. You can use a hairdryer too, I guess, but I think the boiling water is a little bit faster. And basically warp him back to where he is in a standing position, and just kind of hold him down like this, and let it cool, and it will hold like that, and you'll have a figure that can stand perfectly. Quicker way of doing it is to get it in a straighter position and freeze it, but it's kind of a little bit hard to do that efficiently, but it's certainly a plausible way of doing it. Outside of that, Land Style is pretty nice. You've got the square over here that carries on through the vest as per normal, with the, I think it's a topaz, which is pretty neat. The yellow used is more of a kind of mustardy yellow golden color, which is always nice as well, and you got it going on through the cape here too. But other than that, it's a pretty standardized set of figures here. And here we go. So like I said, these are a very affordable line. Like I said, you can probably get this entire set for about 25 bucks or so, which is always nice. They're a pretty high quality vinyl figure. I won't knock them down for that. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that there isn't a little bit of head rotation. I think that's about the only thing that could make these even better, is if there was a head rotation, so you can get kind of a static pose, but at least tilt his head a little bit. So a little rotation at the head, similar to the one down here at the waist, would be kind of neat, but I'm not going to nitpick for it. I'm really happy just the way that they are. Like I said, I love Wizards completely, his suit style with the circle, the diamond, the triangle, the square, just how the forms differentiate both by design, by color, and by what they represent, each one representing a jewel in a different shape. I think that's kind of neat. And it's just one of my favorite rider designs that we've had recently. I just think it looks really cool. So if you're a fan of Wizards design, I do recommend picking these up, particularly if you are on a budget. If you're looking for a lot more articulation, then obviously you're going to need to go to the WAP series or the Figure Arts line to get the figure that you want. But if you are buying for younger children, or if you have children in your household that might want to get into your toys, then by all means pick this up. These are figures that they can play with if they watch the show with you or anything like that, that are absolutely perfect for them. So if you got kids, definitely these are awesome, or if you're on a budget, they're great as well. They do make excellent display pieces. I love them. I'm a fan of more articulated figures myself, but I still think they're an absolute value for what they do. So you can check out shukenshinobi.com for all the latest updates, my reviews and hauls, and of course check out ridersrangersandrambles.com, the podcast bringing the latest token news in the craziest way possible. And of course check out cstoysjapan.com for all your latest Tokusatsu merchandise needs. So take care and have a great one. Bye.